Kia ora, I'm Sherry Kinnear and these are the latest New Zealand Herald headlines. Hundreds of police armed with riot shields have stationed themselves around the protest in Wellington this morning. It's the 15th day protesters occupy Parliament, calling for an end to vaccine mandates. The early morning action has prompted protesters to urge people to stay in their tents and stay calm. The officers blocked off access at the intersection of Hill and Molesworth Street. Forklifts are also being operated again, moving concrete blocks with the intention to free up more streets for Wellingtonians. Meanwhile, Prime Minister Jacinda Ardern has said the most stringent COVID settings will begin to be eased as soon as next month. This would begin the process of a gradual easing of COVID health measures, which will include the eventual end of some vaccination mandates. Ardern added that ending restrictions would not be as a result of the occupation outside Parliament, but that after the Omicron peak, some level of natural immunity would be in place.
They have always been the least bad option. But while they have been necessary, as I've always said, they've also been temporary. Vaccine passes were a way of ensuring that within the relatively free system of the traffic lights, that people who were in high-risk places had some layer of protection. But once we come through a wave and a peak of Omicron, that equation changes because many unvaccinated people at that point will have been exposed to COVID-19.
Challenges ahead for New Zealand's economy. Westpac has downgraded its annual economic growth expectations for this year from 3.8% to 3%. The bank's economists now predict a slower comeback for tourism and hospitality, coupled with higher inflation and interest rates. Acting Chief Economist Michael Gordon says they've adjusted some of their forecasting as they no longer expect a pickup in tourism this year.
Requiring self-isolation for all visitors is just going to be too prohibitive for anyone other than maybe just a handful who are visiting friends and families.
But the Finance Minister is unconcerned about the threat rising interest rates have to New Zealand's financial stability. The Reserve Bank will announce tomorrow its latest review of the official cash rate. Many economists expect a hike. It's at 0.75% after 2 lifts since October last year. Grant Robertson acknowledges any rise will bring added stress for some, but overall he's confident in the financial stability of New Zealand and in where the economy is at. It's 11 years today since the Canterbury earthquakes, but there's concern and opportunity has been missed in the city's recovery. Some say locals haven't been as involved in the reconstruction as some would have liked, mostly due to central government taking over the recovery process. And in world news, it's claim and counterclaim over what is or isn't going on in Ukraine. Russia says Ukrainian military saboteurs have tried to enter Russian territory in armed vehicles. The accusation is being dismissed as fake news by officials in Kiev. The Russian military says 5 people have been killed when the Ukrainian saboteurs were thwarted. Ukraine and its allies have been saying for days that Russia could manufacture a pretext to invade Ukraine using the huge force it's massed on the border. And those are the latest New Zealand Herald headlines. For more and to stay up to date, head to nzherald.co.nz. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. To stay up to date with all the latest news from the New Zealand Herald, click the subscribe button below or check out one of the videos here and head over to nzherald.co.nz for more details on these stories and more.